is that however you were raised, however you were programmed, remember the Bible says, train up a child in the way the child should grow. When the child is old, the child will not depart. You've been programmed not to depart from that programming. It's locked in. Trust me. Like, there's some people culture police. If you try to change it, some people are coming for you. They are coming for you. They will call you names. They will say, how dare you escape that programming that they locked you in. Trust me. That's why those who cannot fight for their future will not be set free. You don't want to cooperate with God to rescue you from Egypt. I'm speaking in codes now. You don't want to invest. You don't want to get help to go deeper. You've accepted what, right? People have accepted this thing because the day you decide what is no longer acceptable, that's when the fight begins. And that fight is inside out. You want to push out the nonsense, right? So that's why I talked about impression, suppression, depression, expression, because those who don't win the fight, they get depressed because the weight of the suppression takes people down. Like, if you cannot fight off the impression other people have put inside you, when you get tired and you give up and you think there's no hope, that's depression. If you insist that you want to express, then you've got to push out a plant. A seed planted can be buried under nonsense dirt. If the seed gives up the fight, the seed will never manifest. It dies off. Nobody sees the fruit of that seed. But the seed that must be broken and yield the life God has put in that child must fight to come above the death. You must push away nonsense. You must resist. You must resist the doubt, fears, anxiety, limitation poured on you. You must push it away from your system so that your life can emerge. The true life that God has encoded in your being before you were here. He said he knew you before you were here, before they even knew you. God knew you and he ordained you for a purpose and a destiny. Anytime somebody else touches that destiny, anytime somebody else erodes your destiny, your job is to resist. And when you don't resist and they keep burying you and burying you, nobody sees you. People have been muted, silenced, suppressed. The worst case is when people give up the fight, they get depressed. That's it. Whew. I'm wondering, should I stop? Because listen, guys. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to decide what direction. Like, I'll stop that there. Let me continue now. Because when we say take class, invest in yourself, invest in your future. Who's going to help you fight this fight? You have to Bible will say the weapons of your warfare are not carnal. You are trying carnal means. You're things that are in your biology, in your psychology, that is deep. You know that emotions run in blood. The stuff that circulates in your system, that results in your biology, is as deep as that. Titus says, fear and doubt is no longer acceptable. I have to be everything God has called me to be. It's exhausting being the odd one out in a place you should be celebrated. Oh, Shaidero, you know what? Maybe you should book some time with me. All those things you're saying, I can Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to figure out, like, Saido, you know what? Send me an email. Let me put my email. Let's not put this. There's too much. There's, when I meet with my clients and all that, there are many things I tell people. You need to, privacy and all. This stuff is real. You want to have a baby, you want to bet your greatness, and you want to bet greatness out of chaos. Everything you've seen is chaos. Everything you've seen is anxiety. Your biology is not even cooperating, and you're telling me you don't want to fix that stuff. Send me an email. Let's find some time. We'll see. We'll see. Bring your questions. I'll give you a free session, because everything I'm hearing now, I want to serve and support you, but I'm also aware, it's a public space. So just the best I can do, I think, is email me info@toyinumesiri.com, and let's schedule something, request a session, and we'll take it from there. This stuff is real. And those who want to continue to live in chaos, you tolerate nonsense. When you're ready not to tolerate nonsense, you will invest and solve your own stuff, because nobody's going to solve this for you. Miss, my people are here. Beverly says Coach's Academy is a weapon for fighting off these behaviors. Yes, tell them. It's not everything you put out here in the world, right? The other day I was talking to somebody. I said people don't understand the warfare they are in. They want to build wealth. They want to go to heights of success, but you don't know everything you need that God has given you has already been hijacked. Your power, your energy, your mind, the things you need, the instruments for producing wealth, when it has been hijacked, you're supposed to go and collect your power back. You need your power back. The power to create wealth, the power to unlock greatness. If it is tied up in nonsense, anxiety, what can you create? You're already creating what they want you to create. You see, you're already creating whatever is in your biology right now. It's already your productivity. You're already creating emotions of which is by design what has been poured into you. But God wants to pour greatness into you as well. God wants to pour a new future, taking the people from his children of Israel from Egypt into a promised land, and you don't want to go, or you don't listen. That's why I'm trying to just come back to this topic and count. I just want to. This thing is real. It's real. You want to build wealth. You want to start a business. You've never done it before. You don't understand that the vibrations, emotions, and feelings of possibility, of confidence, right, of belief is the only way you build wealth. If you are still like, I can't do this, I can't do that, who will buy from you? Who wants to buy that stuff? It doesn't sell. So if you cannot dump nonsense off your mind, push it away, the seed of greatness does not grow. Man, you have to bet. Except a grain falls to the ground, the life inside you that wants to come out of you, if it is buried under nonsense, your job is to manifest the greatness. Your job, you are here to tell the world who God has created you to be. The world, when you are born, they tell you who to be. They suppress you. They impress their own impression of you relative to them. They tell you a story of who you are. If you believe them, you stay where they put you. The day you decide, you compare that note to the note God is giving you, that's the day you come alive. But it takes courage. It takes courage. So I want to bring it back home. I want to calm down. You see, you guys just listen, let me be honest. Miss Bev, I didn't want to come this session. I wanted to host it. The original plan is on Fridays. I host it in my school, Toyin Umesiri Academy. I wasn't going to come publicly. In fact, there are some things I've decided that maybe publicly, right? There's already 1,000 stuff you can dive deeper into, all the things I've for years I've put out there. I'm like, if people need it, fine. I said, right now, I'm only going to invest in those who have invested. So for a while now, you see, I have not done public stuff, and the stuff I do it privately because there's a level of seriousness and investment you have to make into your own freedom. And I'm just being, you guys led me here. Like, we are talking, since you guys are talking, let me also talk, right? Is that I had to send an email to my student, Miss Beverly. I had to send them an email earlier today. And I said, you know what, today's session, come on YouTube. I'll hold it in YouTube instead of the private sessions we host in the school. I just felt that way today. I was going back and forth. I was like, listen, leave people alone. I've been shouting for years, join my school, join my school. By now, whoever doesn't join, that's fine. I even quoted Noah's Ark when I was talking to myself. I was like, the Noah will say this, the hack is closed. I've closed it up. I've been saying, there were many times I was offering free this. People who, I said, listen, from now on, leave people alone. So I was having this internal dialogue with myself. I was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, the side that won, obviously, is the side that came publicly to say, some of these things, some people out there, maybe they don't even know what they don't know, or maybe people don't know what they need. Let's just give it one more chance. Transparently, Friday session was supposed to be a private session for only those who are paid members in my school. You guys will constantly hear me say, join this academy, join this academy, join this. I'll keep saying it because that's my body of work. It's a solution to those who have seen what their problem is and they're ready to, right, remove their problem by investing. So that's why when I came out here and I started, reading the comments, I was like, okay, I will prioritize these things, right? There's another comment here. Tafka said the school is amazing. Coach Toyin is therapy. God is therapy. Let's give God the kudos and the glory, because I trust me, I'm not as smart to be uncovering this thing. The key is that God is ready for his people. The question is, are you ready? Okay? Because ultimately, you realize that the children of Israel, as God had a plan for them, God's plan never changes for you and I. You see, that's something you need to understand. His plan never changes, right? And it works through generation. Remember, even the children of Israel, Moses, it took 80 years to even prepare their leaders or their leader. Realize too that the same group of people God had great plans for, their own fear. You see, emotions. When I talk about emotions, did not let them inherit the promised land. You see, Moses' own anger also impacted his own destiny. So when I talk about emotions, the chemical composition running in your body that you've been wired generationally with can have the power to set you free or hold you where you are. And I'm saying that wiring, you can change it. God wants you to change it. God wants you to believe, wants you to have faith, wants you to be fearless in pursuit of what he wants you to pursue. But as long as you're afraid, you can't pursue. You always have excuses. Yes, so yes. Raise the vibration, coach. My state is in a state of emergency due to the storm. Okay, my neighborhood has trees all around on top of houses and all, including mine, but I have to stay at a high vibration. Guys, you see, this is real life. Like, I don't do theory. Miss Beverly, they are still like my other student this week. Oh my gosh. I won't name names, but trust me, someone was in the hospital. She said in her ear, she was hearing Coach Toyin's voice. I said, no, it's the voice of God. That voice got her to resist certain things. She's back home now. Real life requires real skills, not fake stuff that you cannot use. Saidero says, thank you for coming on. I'm literally wiping my teeth. Oh my gosh. You're wiping tears in a public place. Not sad, just open for the future. Oh Lord. I could tell. That's why I literally stopped everything for you. I could tell. I could tell that something was going on within you that was very, very deep. And I felt like, what can I share? What can I teach to just help you? Um, hmm. Okay, stay on. Stay on. Trust me, Shaido, don't go anywhere. Just stay on. I'm sure the things I want to share. Let me finish what I want to share today, but I'm going to share it in a way that will help you. Okay. So let's keep going, guys. Oh, God is using you. God is using all of us. He wants to use all of us. So let's unpack. You're already gifted. Everybody's gifted. The key is, are your gifts buried beneath some nonsense? I say nonsense, things that doesn't make any sense. Miss Beverly says, I have no power, but I'm sitting in my car running to listen. Oh, you people, you are literally running your car to listen to what we are sharing. Okay, let's go. Let's go, guys. Okay, let's go. You see how you, oh my gosh. I'm glad I listened that I came out. So let's do the mission. We talked about childhood memories. Let me move to number 2. Emotions hold information plus chemical energy for powering your body, right? For wiring your body, for everything going on in your body. Literally everything going on in your body is tied to instructions and chemical compositions. You know, your DNA, there are certain things passed generationally in the DNA, your skin color, your hair color. You can't change that. That's not programmable, right? God didn't make any mistake. You see, the key is that there are other programming that your mind has received that you can deprogram, you can de-energize, you can delete. That's the one I'm saying, please work on. Okay? How you taking information, your relationship with information and energy. I've shared. Okay, let me quickly. Now I'm going into teaching mode because what's going on out here, I'm now understanding we are on a mission. Okay, it's not to play. So I'm going to go deeper than I'm going to try my best to just deliver as much as possible for anybody that needs this stuff. I'm going to teach it in a way, right? Pick whatever is useful to you, run with it. You remember this slide? Christians are good with spiritual concept, talking to God. They are good with physical concept, right? But you see in the middle, what produces your emotions, your feelings. Think of feelings as the history of your emotions. I'm going to say that again. You are carrying around your history. Your history is stored vibrationally, energetically, is loaded with energy and information of everything you've gone through, everything you've not dealt with. Everything that has happened to you, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's in you. If you have not de-energized the painful past, they still have a power over you if you don't remove the power of all the things that has been done to you that is not good for you. I'm speaking in plain terms now. All the things you didn't like when you were powerless as a child that was done to you, imposed on you, that you experienced in your reality. The emotions of the past, you are carrying it around. And when those things happen again, God is trying to say, are you ready to deal with it? Have you built enough strength to confront the history of your past? Because the history persists until you resist. Until you resist, until you are big enough to say no. The things you wanted to say no to when you were a child, when you didn't have power to resist, they keep repeating, they keep manifesting until you grow up and you say, enough, I'm done. Right? That's the pushback. That's the expression of your inner thoughts towards your life. Listen, it's a gift. People have been robbed of this gift. Don't talk this way. Don't talk like that. Who do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. It's a robbing. They are systematically eroding your capacity, your impact in the world. Don't let them silence you. Start speaking. I don't like this. I don't like this. Enough or enough, right? Because when you are a child, you say you don't like, there are consequences for resistance. People who are not powerful face the consequences from those who are powerful to suppress them. They will keep pushing you down until they cannot push you. You have to become too big to be pushed down. That ought to be your number one goal. make sure you don't like staying down. Champions do not stay down. If you stay down and you are defeated, that is suppression, then depression. Those who give up hope become depressed. And all of these things lead to anxiety, fear, limitation, because you don't have the power to confront the things, right? That is true when you're a child. But when you grow spiritually, energetically, right, you're supposed to develop the skills, the weapons. The Bible says weapons of warfare. You guys, they are supposed to be teaching you in church how to say no. Because that is the first weapon. No. But you know, when you were a child, you couldn't say no. Your no was not acceptable to the people who had greater power. Hopefully by today, you develop that you can say no. I'm not accepting that. That is, you need to get there. Because without that, you're still under the will of other people. Their will is still more powerful. Because until you exercise your own will, no, their will is pushing you down. Just your own will over your own life. Let me bring back the other, right? The barest minimum, guys, the barest minimum, I will keep repeating this, is exercise control over your own, right? Your own like your mind, your body, right? Your heart. That's just it. Namdi says, champions don't stay down. Of course, that's it. But if you stay down, they've won. Right? You stay down, they've won. You give up hope, they won. You get this, don't let them win. You see, winning is sweet. I'll tell you what makes people happy. If I connect this emotion of happiness comes only when you give your heart what your heart wants you to give to it. That's the source of happiness. But when you keep producing what your heart doesn't want, that is unhappiness. When you still start experiencing things your heart doesn't want, that brings pain and struggle, right? But if you are winning, you want this, you get it. You want that, you get it. And God is saying he wants you to be happy. Whatever you want, he will give you. You don't know that. But some people have convinced you not to ask. God says, ask and you shall receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. Let me tell you something. Revelation. Asking is what your heart will do to have a transaction with heaven. Knocking is what your mind will do. Let me repeat. Let me correct that. Ask, seek. Seeking is what your mind will do. Knocking is what your body will do. Ask, your heart must receive, right? What you believe God has for you. Your mind must seek it with faith. You must be searching for what God has promised you. You must be you must be expectant. You must be doing the work, busy every day, planning how you will receive. You see, you must be collecting the vessels to load up with water because Jesus is about to turn your water to wine. You must be building the businesses because you know you are building wealth. You must be doing something with your mind aligned to what you are asking God for. When you ask God for something and your mind is busy managing chaos, you can't receive. Your mind must come along to help you receive, and your body must do the knocking. You can't tell me you want to build a business and you don't develop the skills of sales and marketing. You will ask. You will knock on doors. Hey, do you want to be my customer? Your body, mind, heart have work to do for you to receive what God has for you. And so what the enemy does is he hijacks all of that and gets you busy doing the things God doesn't have for you. Fear, right? What did they say? What did they think? Who would they be? Busy managing chaos instead of being productive, creating your future. So emotions matter. You have to improve the quality of your emotions. Go into possibility, expectancy, right? Belief, faith. Raise that thing higher. Because beneath it is wah. Who did you this? Who did you that? That's where your energy is going. Right? The best thing you can do is just take your energy back. There's some things you just need to say, I'm not going to give it my time, my energy, or my attention anymore. Akindele says, own your power, be in charge. Be in charge of your heart. Like this thing, Like, who is, you see, I'm trying to find the best way to say this, I want to knock the ball out of the park in one stroke. Whatever thoughts you are processing, whatever things you are believing, whatever things your body is doing, if it's not in your favor, why are you doing it? Why are you thinking it? Why are you believing it? Whatever thoughts is roaming in your mind, don't give it free room. Why would you carve your hotel, luxury hotel, and be loading up chaotic conversations? Things beneath you, they will drown you in chaos. They will mess up your hotel. I always say, get quality, invest in elevating your reality, your thoughts, your beliefs, your action. Take it to higher dimensions. But if all you are doing is ocean floor thinking, crabs live in ocean floor. They're the ones cleaning, right? I don't like to say that thing, but I tell you, don't be on social media. Don't let people use your mind to swipe. Don't let be like, see yourself as deserving of the best. Because if you see yourself as deserving of worse, you get it. You're an easy target. The sharks love blood. People are already crying. That's why I say run into the places that will help you get well. Let me bring myself down. I'll come again because I know I'm not even speaking to like when I'm in my school, it's a different conversation. In fact, that place is more calm. That's one of the reasons I want to leave this. Like, I'm like, because sometimes I feel like, I don't want to exert too much. Anyway, that's my own thing. Those are conversations I'm having with myself. Because sometimes people are resisting the truth. And you can sense it, you can draw, you can see, anyway, I'm so sensitive, I can tell. That's why I'm like, just leave people. But I know for one or two people, God will still say, Toyin, leave those people alone. You see, the people we talked about before that are resisting the truth, that they think everything is fine, don't focus on them. There are one or two people that are crying for rescue. Number 3, train your mind to think great thoughts. Bible says this over and over and over. There's no way around it. Whatever you're thinking, you're producing. Whatever you're thinking, you're producing. And so you don't want to produce, or you don't want other people to use your mind to produce chaos in your life. In the classes, I cover step by step the technical aspects of being careful your decision making, what's influencing your decision making. I go into the science of how you make decisions, the technical aspect. If you want to learn it, join us. 4, train your heart to react and respond positively. Now, easy to say, but if your pattern of responding is not ideal, then you have to work on it. And I have some interesting things, but let's leave that one. Yeah. You can tell I'm managing myself today. I'm managing myself. I always do. Okay. Number 5, every moment you are living, what you are doing is it's either you are recreating your past or you are designing a new future. Every moment that you are in. Okay. The reason is because you come into each moment, okay, with the loading of your past. Like every day when you show up and you wake up, whatever you thought about yesterday, whatever happened to you yesterday, whatever has been happening to you, who you've become is who you wake up with. Who you have become when you wake up tomorrow is who is going to wake up tomorrow. And so if you want the person who wakes up tomorrow to do something different, to be something different, to operate at a higher level, the only way you get that result tomorrow is to change today. That's why people who procrastinate, they don't grow. If you procrastinate this thing, say tomorrow, 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 everything's content, content, content. You see, inside you, there is a database that attempts to hold everything you're consuming. But there's another side of you that holds everything you are producing. Think about, I'll use analogies to explain this. And everybody, if this resonates, just drop a comment. When you go to the supermarkets, right, to the store, you go and buy your bananas, tomatoes, pepper, fish, milk, everything, right? Everything you need, raw materials, raw products, ingredients. You bring it in. So anytime you are consuming content, think about you are just taking in raw information. You're just gathering, oh, I like this rice. Oh, I think I will need banana to drop. Oh, fish, we need fish. You're just going, you're just grabbing. But trust me, the store has much more than you grab. The whole world has more information, more resources, more insights than you can bring into yourself per time. You're supposed to shop the realm of knowledge for the ingredients that will help you produce the life you want to produce. You are supposed to be intentional and be very, very careful. Imagine if you start gathering poison, toxic on the streets of social media, thoughts that will make you sick, that will not make you well, belief system that will make you lose sight of God's destiny. Yeah? When you are gathering information online, right? You're supposed to increase the quality of what you are what you will eat. If you want to eat organic, you're supposed to be buying organic. If you want to eat superior meal, if you want to produce superior life, the raw materials that will help you manifest high vibration life, you ought to be searching for it. But if you are doing cheap, low quality, free stuff, dumpster diving, leftover stuff, that is what you are producing. Be more intentional. Don't feed your mind crazy thinking, because it wants to produce. The day you decide you want to eat good food, you have to be, right? Because physically you eat good food, your mind is also consuming knowledge because it needs it to produce your life. Without knowledge, you cannot produce. What you don't know, you cannot produce. You're supposed to be knowing more. That's part of your spirituality. You want to know your God. You want to know your divine nature. You read your Bible. If you want to go to space, you will read aerodynamic space. You don't read it, you can't produce it. Because the supercomputer of your mind needs input to process and create output. The input you feed it inferior stuff, inferior thinking, low grade thinking, low vibration, complaining, accusation, fight, backbiting. It will produce it for you. So see your shopping. As you go to a store physically and you are looking at the banana, you want the best, you better be looking at information that will give you a best life. And those stuff is expensive. The cheap one, you can scroll all you want every day. Cheap stuff are everywhere. Sand is everywhere. Gold, you will dive. Diamond, you will dive. Oil, you will dive. You will dig for years to find the richest thing in this life. The same thing is knowledge. Those who don't want to dive will stay on the surface, scraping the surface, producing common light. Those who want to produce higher results, trust me, you dive deeper. That's your investment. You dig deeper. You don't stay on the surface. When you now bring the raw materials, so I'm using this side-by-side comparison so that you understand. When you get home, you want to cook rice. You didn't buy rice. Why? You can't cook rice. You wanted to grab salt. Instead, you grabbed toxic stuff. You sprinkle a little into your food. You do damage. Indigestion, constipation, tummy ache. You see? There is a side in your mind that holds everything you are gathering. It's just a storage. That's why when we say people who don't take action don't create result, is that you can consume content all year round. Your mind will just be keeping it until you are ready to consume, to use that knowledge to produce. Because there's another capacity inside you that only gives account to what you have used knowledge to produce. This is where results, this is where manifestation lives in. This is the laws of attraction. But many people gather, but they don't cook. They don't take time out intentionally to plan what they want to produce in their life. They're everywhere. It's all of it is just head knowledge until it becomes life reality. Many people are smart. They've read all the books. They know everything. But to move their life forward, to take action, to produce superior results, this is why. Because to produce results in this way, you will train your body. You see, you will train your mind, you will train your body. You will give your body the perfect instruction. You will wire your physiology to behave based on what you believe. And that is the work. That's the work. So you can read 10 books on sales until you learn how to sell. Until you sell one. Theory. You can learn how to fish. You can read 100 books on fishing. That information is just in storage in your mind, waiting for you to use it, input it, process it, output it, use your body to train, so that you can create results. So many people spend all their time, I'm here. Because, do you know the people who actually produce better results? They don't have to read the number of books you read. They just have to find the right information. Because when they find the right information and the right person ready to show them, they will achieve results in a week. Somebody is still loading up on content for a year. But the key is the quality of your life ought to be your number one intention. Improving the quality of your life ought to be your number one focus. So people who consume content, but they don't improve the quality of their life is because they don't know how to take theory into practical. The practice of knowledge, the skills required to produce results, this is where people fail. And that's why they'll still keep complaining. They know everything, but they cannot do. Performance is skill development, experience. So those who don't take action, trust me, go anywhere and say, I know this. It doesn't matter what you know at this stage. ChatGPT knows more than you. You can't. ChatGPT knows more than you. So going around and saying, no, if you cannot convert your knowledge into results to improve your own life and the life of other people, who cares? Go and read your book. You are not relevant to problem solving. When it is time to solve problems, create solutions, produce what life needs, only those who know how to convert knowledge into practical skills and can create results are the ones that get, right, rewarded financially. That's productivity. Productivity is what can you produce with what you know, what you have, what you've been given. And to the level of your productivity, that's all you can be rewarded for. And these same people will be complaining, my boss is this, my boss is that. He doesn't even know what I know. He knows what you don't know. But people won't admit. There are certain skills you don't know. And as long as you don't know it, you can't get what your boss is getting. And people ought to be asking, what do they know that I don't know? What are they doing that I'm not doing? What do I need to learn that I'm not learning? That is self-awareness. But trust me, there are many people they promoted him because he's the friend of the friend. You two before come the friend of the friend. One of the skills of success is networking. Even you too, network your way so that somebody will see you. You are visible enough for people to see the quality of your capacity and they will promote you. Do what they are doing. Don't complain. Yes, network your way to success. Oh, yeah, they know him. You too know them. Know the people you need to know so that you can produce the life you want to produce. But people will be complaining. They will be whining. I don't get it. Let's move on. Well, guys, say hi, Toy, and everyone. Love from Las Vegas. Listen, what's going on? Now, everybody, you know who to. If you're going to Las Vegas to spend your money, you know you have somebody there. Okay, guys, I'm going to start wrapping up. This, let me. This question I put here is: how important is this to you? How important is the future you want? Because trust me, the default is already available to you. You're already living it out. The key is God telling you there's more? Does God have more for you? And are you ready to push and show the world? It's your job to show the world who you are. But like I shared earlier, you start out with the world telling you who to be, and you continue to be that until you change your mind. And a lot of the internal battles people have to fight is those thoughts encoded inside you, the thinking pattern. They are the problem. Okay, let me change. They can be the problem if you don't shift it. And so for me, I don't just talk about the problem. I'm more of a solution provider. I say, listen, if you want to learn how to build wealth, if you want to learn entrepreneurship, you want to learn business development, you want to learn self-empowerment, here is the solution. Like, that's what my school is for. If you want to learn how to empower yourself, you want to learn business development, you want to learn entrepreneurship principles, sales, marketing, branding. Not just that, but also understand the power that you will use to push your business forward. That's why I do a lot of inner work, mindset work in my school, because it's not enough to give you BMW. You need to learn how to drive what God has given you and maximize it, and don't self-sabotage. They who know their God will do exploits. When you want to do exploit, you need to know your God, know yourself, know what He has gifted you, and maximize and use, because that's what you give account for. So that's what the school is about. That's what I'm keep driving home. If you want to learn, you can learn. And I'm encouraging you, please learn, because there's so much more to learn. Yeah. Those who want to okay, this one is quite interesting. Those who want to produce less can do less. Yeah. Because this is about productivity. Tafkat says, wow, the default is already available. Upgrade costs you to commit to bed. The real costs, I always try to speak these things in a way that I pray that people understand the heart of it, is that do nothing. Stay where you are. Keep engaging the way you are. That's it. That's okay. It's a choice, you see, to go into the promised land. Do you know, no matter how God wants to partner with you, if you fail to do your own part, nothing happens, particularly for Christians. One of the things I was sharing earlier, not on this private conversation, I was talking about the America that we know today, coming out of the Great Depression. You realize that in the last 40, 50 years and all that, is that the knowledge that people invested in is how they built wealth. Coming out of, how do you come out of Great Depression and then the industrial era and all of those things, and then you become a great nation? How do you do that? The key is that, I talked about suppression, depression, all the right, is that when people go down, nations that go down and refuse to come up, they remain poor. You see, when we look at the economy and we go, oh, it's going up, oh, it's going down, or you look at the stock of a company, oh, it's going down, oh, is that when things nosedive, if a plane is going down and the pilot doesn't bring it up, it's going down. So how you bring humans back to the place God intended for us, this is what gave birth to the world of self-empowerment, self-actualization. You will notice that in the last 50, 60, 70 years of America, that's when you hear that language. language of work on yourself, develop yourself, your mind, your spirit, your heart, right? Self-improvement, the world of self-improvement, all the sciences, the psychotherapy, psychology. In the last 50 years in America, so many breakthroughs came out to support the resurgence, the self-actualization of the American people, because coming out of that is how you can build wealth. In the spiritual dimension, we talk about spiritual awakening, or we talk about when people talk about spiritual revival, is that certain conditions can make humans go to a certain low vibration that is depressed, like great financial crisis, all kinds of things, right? The key is that humans also have the ability. Please, guys, if there's anything I want you to take out of this, this is it. You have the ability to lift yourself up. Exercise that over your life. That is the gift God has given humans, that you can program yourself. God will even say, come, let's reason. Think of things above, not of things beneath. Bible will say, think of whatever is honorable, whatever is this. Think about this. You see, this book of the law must not depart out of it. This is the secret sauce that God is trying to say. I've designed you in such a way that your thoughts, you can use the power of thoughts to produce a new life. But you cannot produce the life you're not thinking about. You cannot produce a reality you're not thinking about, because thinking is productivity. And many people will you think just physical labor, physical labor, physical labor. That's not wealth. More wealth is built with your mind and your heart than any physical stuff. And so there's hierarchies in the world of people who don't think to produce wealth, but they are doing. Listen, manual labor is right. There's a space for that. But when you want to build wealth, your mind must travel into the future you want to enter and enjoy. You must take your mind into the future that belongs to you. Because wherever your mind is focused, that's what you are going to manifest. It's going to copy and paste whatever you're focused on. So, how is this important to you? So, those who don't want to produce, it's okay. Invest, like, don't even bother. That's why many people don't bother. Because this work, everything I'm talking about is to increase your productivity. And because if you increase your productivity, you will increase your wealth. There's a correlation between, right, the impact you're having on for your employer, for the world, for your clients and your customer, and how much they want to pay you for. Please, I pray people understand it, that your productivity is what people pay you for. And you can improve your productivity by increasing the quality of your work, the value of your contribution to society. It's all in your hands. So if you want greater wealth, it means you must produce at higher capacity. And in order for you to produce at higher capacity, you have to optimize your own inner conditions, the conditions of your mind, your heart, your body. And so if you don't want to produce, you just want to consume, this, people, I don't know. I know. I'm just trying to call people's attention. Pick a choice that you want to produce. You want to be rich, you want to gain wealth, and then train. This is what we do in my school. Join us, do this work, because ultimately it's about productivity. And that's the mandate, by the way. Be fruitful. Genesis 1:28. This is what the blessing of God upon his people. He cannot ask you to produce what he hasn't given you, right, things to produce it with. He cannot tell the apple tree, yield a tree, or the apple seed. Inside you is a tree. He knows what he has put inside inside the seed and the fruit. So God can command a tree to come out because he put it inside. So God can command you to be free, to be whole, to be successful, to be rich, to be wealthy, because he knows what he has put inside you. But if there's competition inside you, wrong thoughts, wrong beliefs, wrong behaviors, okay, clean it out so that God's thoughts and opinion can manifest. But those who want to produce more must do more. And so if you want to learn how to build wealth through the power of entrepreneurship, business development, self-empowerment, join us at toyinumesiri.academy. You see? And my final parting words and encouragement. Please, please, please don't give up until you see what you're looking for. Don't give up until you see what you saw. Jesus will say, when you want something, pray, believe that you receive, and you will receive. If you've received it in your heart, trust me, don't give up until you hold it in your hand. That's manifestation. On that note, see you at the Quantum Leap Academy. Okay, I'm seeing. Did I miss any other stuff? Did I? Okay. I'm scrolling. Own your power, be in charge. Yep, yep. Okay. Champion, do not stay down. Yes. Okay. This one still makes me laugh. Tafka says the school is amazing. Coach Toyin is therapy. Oh my gosh. Listen, if you go for therapy, they won't tell you this stuff. I go if you need the clinical help. But what I try to equip my students to with the human design classes, I actually talk about self-therapy, because there's some basic skills, energetic skills, that powerful people must hold in their hand. Um, you can't keep waiting for other people to do stuff for you. What you can do for yourself. Yeah, God is using. Okay, this one was Tafka says God is using you. Praise God. Thank God. God wants to use you too. Let's make ourselves. Okay, I'm going through it to make sure I cover everything. The school is amazing. Okay, you said that already. Yes, yes. Okay. Anything else? Did I miss anything else? Resist the pressure. Yes. So true. Okay, Saido says I'll message you today. Okay, message. Yes, I'll message today. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, I see that again. So please consider this last one. Beverly, Miss Beverly, thank you for putting it out there. Impression, depression, suppression, expression. You are born into the world and people impress their will on you and their own concept in their own imagination of who you are to them. They make sure you know it. What they expect of you. Listen, they take their duty so seriously. They make sure you understand. In fact, the topic, what I was going to cover today before I had my notes, was very was more actually therapy, like it was rooted in a lot of science. And I was going to cover enmeshment, detachment, attachment, individuation, self actualization, codependency. I was also going to talk about self, like, listen, all through the week I have my notes, so I'm looking at my notes. I have my phone, my notebook. All through the week I prepare for my classes, right, that I host in my school. So earlier this week, Monday ish, I was set in my school to teach the advanced, like, energetic stuff, things that are happening energetic, that is actually affecting people big time. So that would be probably what I'll cover in my school next, because it's enmeshment, detachment, attachment, individuation, self-actualization, codependency. We've covered people pleasing. We've covered boundaries, why you need boundaries, your values, all of those. We've covered the human design courses to cover a lot of. There's 7 courses there. My school, this, I've stopped counting. There are over 300 resources in my school. It's the most comprehensive program you can find anywhere in the world. I also put in the notes talking about self-agency. There's a class I put together for parents of young people, because if we know that these things starts in childhood and you're a parent, you are still recovering from your own childhood. If, like, that was why I actually took time out for Miss Saidero, because she says so many things about, the experiences of our own childhood, what she's still navigating, and she's working really hard so that she doesn't pass it on to the children. This thing is real, because if the hand that handled you was vibrating anxiety, by default, your biology would respond with anxiety if you don't do anything. Their own fears. If they're like, if all around you their vibration was so low, like, they attuned you, because the science of it is that humans tune themselves. That's why if you hang around people that talk a certain way, you will vibrate. It's just a matter of time, right? Unless you are the leader has high vibration and is able to help people, right, raise their vibration. That's only when you get the flow, because the flow of vibration goes top down. That This is the power of leadership. I know I'm sharing another stuff here. Yes. If you are under a bad leader, you will suffer. That's why the Bible talks about people weep, okay, when bad people rule. Is that vibrationally their thoughts will have impact on your life. If you're a parent and you don't deal with this stuff, trust me, you are pouring your stuff on, whether you like it or not. Just by sharing the house with you, your children will be vibrating the way you're vibrating, because you energetically, how you feel about your own life, you are introducing them to that feeling as well, whether you like it or not. So I have that class because it's also a gift to train both the parents, and give the parents the skills to train themselves and then train their children in such a way. Because let me tell you this, you know how real life is, parents, real life, that you go into the workplace, you go into the world, and you actually have to be strong. You know that to face real life, you need to be strong. Why are people raising weak kids? Why are they beating kids down and breaking their wings? And why do you want your kids to be weak, tired, a subject of you? Because once you make your children subjects of you, you are preparing them to be the subject of the world. Powerful people raise their kids to rule. Powerful kids raise their kids to be powerful, to be confident, to go out there and show the world, like, listen, yes, be my representative. God raises us to be his representative ambassador. And many people today, you are carried around the depression of your parents. Just please, guys, if you don't do anything, I'm trying to get people, like, what I want is, as you are finished what you are running to find help. That's what this is what God, go run, go and fight. Because the children of Israel that didn't fight their battle, that didn't enter the promised land, their children had to come back again. And the unfortunate thing is that the children that ought to have come out of the children would have inherited the promised land at birth. What they got was desert, right? They were born in the desert. And so now when it was time to now enter Jericho, right, the rule was, okay, kids, be quiet, don't even say anything, just walk around, and then last minute shout victory, because your parents were busy talking nonsense. Ants, giants, oh, right? God said, this time I don't even want anybody to say nothing, and just be quiet, because this victory is guaranteed victory. Zip it. Stop vibrating, right? Loss when I've given you victory. Let the weak say I'm strong. If you cannot say good things about yourself, zip it. It's just like it was this Zachariah, John's father. Zip it. If you cannot cooperate with what I'm about to do for you, zip it. God, the angel, because you are the prophet over your own life. When you start saying, oh, you don't have this, you are canceling out everything God has for you. So the children of Israel, God just said, just zip, just be quiet. You are going to learn how to not speak chaos when I'm giving you victory. You are going to learn how to match progressively without complaining. I don't even want anybody talking. Did you notice that? The second generation, no talking allowed, except the final shout of victory, because their parents talked themselves into defeat. Wah, 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 wah. They were vibrating, low vibration, so they returned into the desert. Hey, giants! Oh, if you cannot speak victory over your life, just go back to God and be, ask God to speak for you. Don't compound the issue by just speaking of chaos. Yeah, Shahida says, yes, just be quiet. And I don't mean suppression. I don't mean suppress. There is a quiet when God says, the battle is mine. That's the quiet. So let me qualify what I mean by quiet. There are times when you are trusting God. When you've done all you can do, God will say, that's it. Even if you've not seen the result, I'm at work. Don't use your mouth to cancel the things I'm doing for you. When I am moving for you, don't say I'm not moving for you. Don't call yourself a name I haven't given you. Do not accept the accusation of the enemy. Do not tolerate nonsense. Do not demean yourself to a realm of nothingness. Do not accept nonsense thinking. That quietness is when you have done all and you are trusting God. Go and play. Go and play. Go and have fun. Go and eat chicken and chips. Go and have. There's actually something incredibly powerful when you go to bed and sleep, when you surrender, because your mind, as long as, don't listen, your mind can be busy producing positive things for you or busy producing chaotic things. I'm saying, when you cannot even think positively, it's better to just close, just leave, let that mind take it from nothing's going on. Just go and have fun. Go to the park. Get the mind off crazy. Like, go and do the most fun thing. This is part of self-therapy, but I'm just giving this. There are some things I teach, like that is in my students already know some of the things, practical things, right? Because I mean, I remember one time one of my students was like, I'm tired. I said, go and sleep. Abba, just go and sleep. By the next week, the person was like, I have new ideas. Yes, I'm going forward. Yes, there's a principle of rest. What needs to rest is your mind. When your mind is like, thinking of and it carries your body along, all this vibration, you can't sleep anymore. I'm saying there are times when you just say, thinking is not the answer right now. Let's raise our vibration, because there's actually an advanced principle. I'll give you more tips now as I'm wrapping up. There's an advanced principle. When your thinking is funky, leave thinking alone. Do exercises to raise your vibration. This is also, by the way, what governs exercise. I don't know if I should. Okay. Should I share? I was trying to wrap up, but look at me now, sharing more tips. Let's see comments coming in. Excuse me. Be still and know that I am God. Yes. Know that He is God, though. Not the enemy, whatever the enemy is saying, which is what I'm saying. What I mean is, knowing God is God, being still, knowing God is God, that what He wants will happen, is different from being suppressed because you are muted and you're confused and you're doubting. Completely different. This is a stand of faith. Okay? What I'm talking about is a stand of faith. Like, whatever, this is done deal. My God is working for me. Let me go and eat chicken and chips. Let me go and sleep. The God that holds the whole world is on the throne. I will sleep tonight. Like, you will sleep so that you will sleep very well. So that when you wake up tomorrow, that's when they talk about the joy of the Lord is my strength. So I'm not saying suppression, confusion, doubt, be still in that moment. In fact, you're supposed to fight yourself. And part of the weapons of fighting is removing your mind from that stuff and putting it on God. So I'm not saying what the enemy is saying. I'm saying what God is saying. Okay, and I'll give you more practical things now. Saedo says praise and worship works for me too. I'll tell you why. Helps me focus on how big God is compared to my issues. Absolutely. Okay, there are some things that I'm holding. There are some things I want to share, but I also want to respond there. Roller Girl says resting is part of the work for healing. Absolutely. 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 So let me give you practical tips. When I say raise your vibration, you see, the language of your heart, there's a language of your spirit, there's a language of your heart, there's a language of your mind, there's a language of your body. They are all integrated. Whatever your body is doing, your mind is interpreting. Whatever your heart is doing, your mind is interpreting. Whatever your mind is doing, your body is receiving. Whatever your body is doing, your heart is receiving. You have an integrated system. So when your mind, you see, and the way God did it, you can use one to reset the other. You can use one to reset the other. You can use thinking to reset the body and the heart. You can use vibration to set the mind and the body. You can use emotions to set the mind and the heart. You can use feelings to set the heart and the you can it's like your in fact, it's like your steering wheel. It can move in different direction. If you turn this way, your tire turns this way. You turn this way, your tire turns. You can turn right, you can turn left. It's a choice. If you turn, it has implications on your tire. If this moves, right, they are all interconnected. So what does that mean? One of the principles that people tell you, exercise, exercise, exercise. People don't understand the science of it. Most people think it's just weight loss, blah, blah, blah. Weight loss is a byproduct of exercise. Okay? There are so many things else happening beneath it. When your body moves, your body loves to move. When you move your body, you automatically put your body in a happier state. Guys, maybe this is even the meat juice here. Let me unpack it for you guys. Those who have stayed till this moment, you will get the best. Weight loss is a byproduct of moving your body. Byproduct. It shouldn't be the reason you move your body. But when you move your body, the evidence, the physical, is weight loss. You will shed weight. Many people don't understand that beneath it all is physics and chemistry. Movement rewires your physics and chemistry and your biology. It allows you to let go of energy, it moves toxic things out of your system. Okay, I'm trying to. There are many things connected, but I'm just trying to summarize it. But let me give you a little bit meat. Every time you're thinking, you're producing emotions, energy in motion, releasing instructions into your body. Prove the good emotions makes you happy, makes you fulfilled, makes you productive. Your body's in a good state. But many times, people, because of bad thinking, the emotions people are producing is negative. It's not good for you. And if you don't let those things go, you integrate them into your system. They become feelings. You carry them into tomorrow. What you don't deal with today, the emotions you don't use up, that your body doesn't use to produce what it was supposed to produce today, and you procrastinate till tomorrow. The energy that was released into your body, one, what you also ingested, the food you eat is that you're extracting energy from your food, right? And you're sending it to the cells, preparing the cells to be able to take action, to burn it for utility, for the things you want to produce, the things you want to do for your body. That's why you eat food. So it compounds. Your mind produces emotions, drops it into the body. It wants your body to do this. Oh, when you're thinking, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I haven't done this. Okay, you are releasing emotions. Go and do it, go and do it, go and do it, right? Your mind is pumping, flooding your body with instruction. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. But if you're somebody that you're producing emotions that is getting you afraid, getting you fearful. You're like, if I do this, what would they say? If I do that, what would they say? You don't know that you are receiving those and those and those and those of energy, and those energy, because of the way you're thinking, is now toxic for your body. So that's one. You are eating food, eating food. You are not burning it because you are not taking action. You're not somebody that wakes up and does work and burn the energy God gave you in the time you're supposed to use it. You don't use it in the time you're supposed to use it. You keep saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Generally speaking, all of that stuff stays in your body. They don't go anywhere. The only way you burn that energy is to move, is to get to work. I'm telling you, many of my students, once they start doing my classes, one of the byproducts is they lose weight. I'm not saying come and lose weight. I'm just saying it's a byproduct, is that the more you think, the more you produce, the more you are doing, the energy that your body is producing and releasing, you are converting it into kinetic energy. So there's potential energy, there's chemical energy, there's kinetic. Until your body moves, chemical energy does not convert to kinetic movements. So people keep dosing themselves chemical energy, thoughts. I know what I should do. I'll do this tomorrow. Oh no, I can't do this. Oh, do this. Everything, the emotions you didn't process, that you didn't use up, it results. That's why they talk about stress weight gain. People will start gaining weight. Even if you are not eating much food, it's like because you're thinking, anxiety, depression makes people gain weight. Why? Because the energy you are producing, the chemical energy, has to be stored. You see, when you don't use it, it will be stored, whether through food or through thinking or through vibration or through stress. Some people gain weight because of stress. Where's the weight? Some people don't even eat, they still, right? It's because your thinking, your vibration is already releasing energy into your body. And if you don't use it, if you don't get up and do something based on what you are thinking, if you don't fix your own, if you don't do something about what worries you, what gives you anxiety, you are carrying all of that energy on your body. So when you just start doing anything, bouncing around, talking, going out, trust me, your body was created to be happy. You are putting your body in the happy state. So that's one. The second thing is, once you put your body in the happy state, your vibration, you would rise up. Your thinking will get better. You will not be thinking funky thoughts, because people who sit down, watching, just lying down and ruminating on bad thoughts, sitting down without doing nothing creates a vibration that makes your mind think bad thoughts. Vibration. When you raise your vibration, your mind will match. It will create stories based on your vibration. So if you are already wah, 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 your mind will just be producing the same story that matches that vibration. So it's like, that's why people who sit down, it doesn't get better until you get up. It gets worse the longer you sit down. Does that make sense? People who say, oh, I'm tired. You don't gain strength by just doing nothing. Actually, to gain strength, you have to start moving, because there's something about our system. If you go into hibernation, you stop producing. You go into hibernation. I'm saying, when you come out of hibernation and you are ready for life, the more you do, the more God gives you. The more, right? The more life force that is running. It's like the car. You park the car. 1 month you don't use the car, it loses its vibrancy, because cars are supposed to be moved. Humans are like that. You're supposed to be moved. You're supposed to be thinking. You're supposed to be producing. You're supposed to be engaged. You're supposed to be like happy, because that's the happy state of mind. You stop that stuff. You isolate yourself. Loneliness, one. It just goes down from there. So you have to force yourself to just move. Get a bouncer. Wake up in the morning, just bounce. Just move. Your thinking will change, because your vibrational states and sensations, you've raised it up. Trust me, You can't think funky thoughts when you're exercising. It doesn't happen. That's why people get happy. It moves you into a happy state because your mind is always interpreting your emotions, your vibrations, your feelings, and it's trying to give to you the language, the stories. It's trying to convert your vibration into funky, into stories. And if you have funky vibration, low vibration, your mind will say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is this what's going on?" And when it says you see what's going on, you are like, yes, it will make it go on again. It will give it to your body. It takes you down. If you want your mind to take you up, first of all, just raise your vibration. The easiest way is to just jump up, praise, worship. You've got to raise yourself because as humans, your body is designed to move, and that's the easiest thing to move. Your body. It's harder to move your mind if you've not trained yourself. Okay. So when you don't know what to do, be still and give it to God. When you don't know what to do, quiet yourself and tell God to help you know what to do. Be still is more of when you haven't done all. It's like if you eat the good of the land. If you are willing and obedient, you eat the good of the land. Your will is involved. Okay, your obedience is involved. Once you have applied your will and you know you've been obedient, the rest, the reward of your obedience is on God. The timing of the reward is on God. And you need patience to receive what He promised. That is more on the final mile. But when you are just starting, you've not done anything, you're just trying to learn, you're just trying to understand the direction you should take your life. Get quiet. Grab a pen, grab a paper, study more, think more, produce more, and talk to God, talk to yourself more. And that work is quiet, is not being still. I don't know. Do you understand? Being still is more towards receiving. When you want to receive, like sale, okay, for example, let me use business. In the world of business, you do marketing. Many people don't know. After you've done marketing, you need to just let people miss you a little bit. And sales comes in. Sales is the reward of marketing, but you have to also make room for sales to happen. Most people don't know the energetic principle that people, for you to sell, people need to be seeking you out. They need to see the value, know the value it, and be ready to invest their own energy to run after the solution. However, many people energetically push, but you don't know you're pushing people away versus invitation. But that's just an example where in the world of business, I'm saying like there's a time when you are supposed to be productive, creating, but there's times when you're supposed to be enjoying. When it's time to enjoy, you need to sleep, you need to put your vibration in a state of well-being because that's the most attractive. When you are building, you see you're building, you're burning energy. When you are receiving, when you are eating good food, you relax, you be still. That's when God will say, I put a table before you, the presence of your enemy. You'll be enjoying yourself. It's a different energetic state. That being still, Jesus, when God told Jesus, sit down and I will make your enemy your footstool. You've done what I asked you to do. You've sacrificed you've done it all. You've made the sacrifices. What is left is for me to reward you for the work well done. That's when you need to be still and give God time and room and patience to reward you for your investment. Right? Versus you've not done anything. You are confused. You're like, I don't know this. During that season, you need advice. You need to calm down. You need quietness. You need to process. You need to think. You need to put yourself in a place where you are ready to receive instructions and order that you must obey. Because many people come out of those things. What God tells them to do, they're like, money, this. They meet it with another counsel. So you want to listen to, gain instruction, And then you need to follow the instruction. And after you follow the instruction, wait to receive your reward. Hmm? Yeah. Okay. Guys. Whew. Good stuff. Okay. Join us in the Quantum Leap Academy. You don't want to miss any of the classes. You don't want to miss it. Start with the 7 courses on human design. Transform your life. Win your, like, strengthen yourself to be a winner. You see? And then you have business development work, there's self empowerment work, there's mindset work, there's entrepreneurship stuff going on. So sit down, eat good food from God. Yes, yes, yes. Listen. Oh, anytime you guys talk, yes, that's when we go shopping. Hmm? Shopping, we'll do shopping, we will take care of ourselves, we'll buy nice things. Hmm? That's when you go out, you go on vacation. Eh? Just don't make these things too serious. But some of you, work, you don't break. You don't know God says Sabbath. Rest. Rest is the strategy for the mind, body, and heart, the soul. You need it. There are so many things you need. Listen, when I'm done here, I already know what I'm doing. That's why I cannot come give. Oh, I will go and chill. I give myself the best because that's the only way you sustain this thing. That's the only way you sustain this thing. I'll fuel my tank. I know. In the classes I talk about, you've got to have handy things that make you happy. That there are certain things you must know. When you do it, you are happy, and you need to do it more. Some of you just put yourself in an unhappy state, wah, 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 and then you be complaining. Get up, find something to do. If it is baking, bake. Get out there, get the sun, get the light. Do something and put your body in a state that it was designed to thrive. There are certain places your body cannot thrive in. There are certain conditions you put yourself that your body does not like. When your body does not like certain things, it will whine. Remember at the beginning, I talk about the language of the body. When you think funky thoughts, your body will say, pain, chemical. You put wrong, because of your thinking, you put wrong chemicals in your body. Your body was, I wasn't made for this. Why are you treating me this way? Treat me better. Your body loves good food, good sleep, good friends, good message, like good stuff. Why are you feeding yourself crazy stuff, crazy friends? Why are you picking the call of people who constantly demean you? Why? Your body will be like, wah, 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 ha, ha. But you, unsuspecting, this is where lack of wisdom, unwise people, you are doing unwise things. Wisdom calls out in the streets. A little bit more. We need more. We need more, more wisdom. Wisdom to say no. Wisdom to put yourself in a place where you can sleep well at night. And thank God for today. It takes wisdom. These things, it's not just mind. Wisdom is a thing of the spirit. It's a thing of the spirit. No matter how old you are, some people are not wise. They are the ones creating their own chaos. The fiction of your imagination. Who is chasing you? You are the one creating. Your vibration is making your mind create funky stories that is scaring your body. I'm not going there today. Let me stop here. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Bye, everybody. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you. I'll leave this one alone. I already said, you know what? People who want to learn, invest in learning, gain the skills, take yourself to a higher dimension. It's a choice. And I pray you invest in your future. Bye. In, in my language, they'll say, double. Is it double, daro? Good night.